Good morning, Bucknutters. It is Thursday, February 3rd, 2022. I am Dan Rubin. This is the Bucknuts Morning 5 and change. If it's Thursday, that can mean only one thing, especially the day after National Signing Day. 24/7 Sports Director of Recruiting Steve Wiltfong checks in, this time from Hartsfield International Airport in Atlanta. He is attempting to get back to Indianapolis from Fort Lauderdale, where our CBS Sports Digital home office is. He was down there to provide you the best in National Signing Day content. He is traveling amid an ice storm. We are hoping he's going to get back to Indianapolis. Steve, how are you?
Good morning, Daniel. Just trying to get home, brother.
The chances of that are good. I will announce to everyone that Ohio State's game against Iowa, scheduled for this evening on the hardwood in Columbus, has been postponed because of this weather. So we're not going to tell Steve about the ice forming in the Midwest as he waits to board his connecting flight. We will, however, discuss incredible news to me. Lebbeus Overton, LT, they call him, the number one player in the class of 2023 from Georgia, has reclassified to 2022, announced the top five, and Ohio State is in it. Steve, how hard should we dream?
Well, he took a visit to Ohio State in July, and Ohio State's in the thick of it. He plans to return for an official visit. I think a lot of the buzz right now is around Texas A&M, but he's going to take his trips, and we'll see where the chips fall. When he took his visit to Ohio State, his favorite thing about it was sitting down with Coach Larry Johnson and going over the film. He said that Coach Johnson just breaks it down differently than any other coach. And so he just really enjoyed the time with Coach Johnson. And, he said the coaching staff really impressed him. And the tradition of excellence that they've had at Ohio State also stands out. And, he toured the campus and got to see the facilities, and he thought Ryan Day was real chill. And he liked that about Coach Day too. So, Ohio State's made an impression. They're in the Final Five. I wouldn't put them in the one slot, but they'll get a chance to continue making a move here.
I can't even put my mind around him going to Texas A&M. It's hard for me not to make some kind of comment on that, but I'm not going to. What is the timetable for Overton now?
So he's going to take his official visits in the spring, and then he'll just enroll at the school of his choice in the summer, similar to JT and what he did out of Washington State for you guys.
Just real quickly, give everybody 15 to 20 seconds on how good he is and why he was ranked where he was.
Well, he's 6'4.5", 265 with like a +5 wingspan on his frame. He's also a terrific basketball player, has Division I offers on the hardwood. He's had some terrific seasons. He had 21.5 sacks as a sophomore, forced 6 fumbles. He was banged up a little bit this year, and then offense has really doubled and triple teamed him this year. Milton still made a deep run in the state playoffs, and he was a major factor in that with the amount of attention he commands. But he's a very athletic, change of direction guy at the point of attack with length, power, and obviously very coveted.
Very interesting development for National Signing Day and something we will follow intently. All right, let's talk about the class Ohio State introduced yesterday. Many superlatives abound. It finished as the number 4 class behind Texas A&M, Alabama, and Georgia. We've talked about this class a ton. There's many interviews on the site right now with guys like CJ Hicks, but let us know someone in the class that you've got your eye on that maybe could outperform what we've thought about him.
Well, the number 4 class in the country, number 1 in the Big Ten, there's absolutely a lot to like. A guy that we may regret not ranking higher is Kenyatta Jackson, the Florida State Player of the Year, Gatorade State Player of the Year. He's one of the best pass rushers in the class, 6'5", 235. There's a lot to work with, a lot to develop in this young man, and I think he's going to be one of the more ferocious pass rushers in the Big Ten when all said and done. Ohio State really put together a really nice class in the front 7, obviously. CJ Hicks is one of the more athletic linebackers, and he's still got a lot of physical growth to go. But Caden Curry is one of the more quick-twitch defensive linemen. Hero Canoe is a guy that I really like as a prospect. And then obviously Omari Abor has a lot of tools too out of Duncanville, Texas. It'll be interesting to see where Sonny Styles ultimately lands. He's athletic, he's long, and he's massive. He's going to be a mismatch eraser. On defense, they're going to be able to, Coach Knowles is going to be able to line him up all over the field and get production from Sonny Styles. He's the most versatile player in the class. But, offensive line-wise, really like the haul on the offensive front too. It's a group that they'll be able to reload with. Obviously, we're really bullish on Tigra Tishabola, but Carson Hinsman and George Fitzpatrick, I think, are guys that are going to be mainstays on the offensive front for Buckeyes for years to come, and thought both were impressive at the All-America Bowl.
We're going to take a quick break, come back, and finish this off. All right, we are back, Steve. Quick comment on this. A lot of Ohio State fans were watching the developments that took place in Ann Arbor. It now appears that Jim Harbaugh will be returning to Michigan. He will not be going to the Minnesota Vikings. He was telling recruits he's going to go to the NFL. He's apparently said he's not going to do that now, but it was very interesting to read some of that stuff. Doesn't look like they've had many defections. What is going to be the effect of Harbaugh's dalliance here with the NFL on Michigan's recruiting, if at all?
I do know that Andrew Paul's head coach, a running back that they were recruiting from Texas, said that Coach Harbaugh did not lie about having the potential to go take an NFL job, but I don't think he told him he was out, So I think he was very honest with prospects, and so I think that the next time, if there were to be a next time, and he says he's not involved, prospects can take his word for it, because I do think that Coach Harbaugh is pretty straightforward with anything and everything. He's never been one, in my opinion, to sugarcoat anything, and he always says what's on his mind. I think he's pretty honest and pretty secure in who he is. So, I saw some follow-up tweets. I think it was Schefter that tweeted it after he tweeted that Coach Harbaugh was staying, that Coach Harbaugh told Michigan they wouldn't have to deal with this every year. So as far as I'm concerned, if you're a recruit, I think that you feel pretty comfortable in knowing who your head coach is going to be moving forward, with Coach Harbaugh really getting close to the finish line and maybe going back to the NFL, but now he's back at Michigan. And, so I feel good about him being there for a little bit.
If you ask the average Buckeye fan whether they're happy Harbaugh stayed or left, you can get a number of different responses. We appreciate Steve giving till it hurts. The guy is in an airport trying to get home.
I had to tone down the dulcet sounds a little more here on this Thursday morning, but you guys had an excellent class as usual. Another one that'll keep you guys in contention for all the things you're trying to win, and appreciate y'all on the front row the whole 2022 cycle. It's always awesome to work alongside a grinder like Bill Kurelic. Appreciate everybody, and we'll turn the page to 2023 now.
Let's all say a quick prayer that Steve arrives home to his beautiful family in one piece in the next 3 or 4 hours. Have a good one, Bucknutters.